Good morning, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, beta.
Good evening, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good evening, beta.
Good evening.
Good evening, students.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. So, welcome to MTG online classes. We have Anjana ma'am with us, who will be taking your science classes, and she will explain a little bit importance about Science Olympiad Foundation. So, ma'am, please proceed now.
Yeah, ma'am. Do I have the option to share?
Yes, ma'am. You have the option to share, so
One
you can
minute,
share
ma'am.
the screen.
Yeah, 1 minute. 1 minute.
Hello, ma'am.
Good evening, beta. Am I audible, ma'am? Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
You're
ma'am.
audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, everybody. How are you all?
Yes,
Fine, ma'am.
I'm fine, ma'am.
Good, good. I'm fine, beta. Thank you so much.
How about you?
Children, we know the rules of the online session. You have to stay on mute, and I will call out your names if I have to ask you a question. Okay, you can raise your hand if you have any doubts or if you want to share any facts with me. Okay. You're going to wait for your turn. I will call out your names, and that's when you're going to answer. We can use the chat box to ask questions. Okay, so let's begin with today's session. I welcome you all to the first session for National Science Olympiad program. Today we'll be discussing introduction to NSO, that is National Science Olympiad. What is the importance of NSO? How Science Olympiad preparation program is helpful? Why Olympiad preparation needs special training? And the different types of questions that are asked in the Science Olympiad. Introduction to NSO. NSO or National Science Olympiad is basically a science-based competition which is conducted every year by SOF, that is Science Olympiad Foundation. The students of class 1 to 12 are eligible to take this Olympiad exam. It aims at observing and supporting future scientists and technologists at school level. See, we believe that children are naturally curious. They are learning at each and every step, at each and every process of their life, they are learning. So we want to improve their curiosity. We want to encourage them to be more curious and improve their learning process. It provides exposure to students both at national and international platforms. Our Olympiads are open for students at national level and also at international level. What is the importance of NSO? See, children, science is an integral part of our lives. Can we imagine a world without science? Can we think of a world where there is no science? No, we cannot. No, we cannot. The bulb is a magic of science. The metamorphosis of butterfly is a magic of science. The way we speak, the way we breathe, it's again a magic of science. The rotation and revolution of Earth and how the radiations of the sun reach the Earth, that again, it's a magic of science. So we want to develop a scientific attitude, a scientific aptitude among young learners so that they have an open learning mind. National Science Olympiad is a platform for showcasing the talent of young learners like you all. It helps in augmenting the scientific skills of students. We are trying to develop problem-solving skills. We help students to analyze the problems, interpret data, and then arrive at conclusions. We encourage students to ask questions, why, who, and what, and then arrive at their conclusions. It inculcates the spirit of competition among students. Winning the competition increases the self-confidence and motivates the students for other challenges in their lives. How MTG Olympiad preparation program is helpful. It provides complete syllabus coverage. The preparation that is done through the Olympiad program not only covers your school syllabus, but it goes out of the box. It takes an extra step to introduce you towards scientific concepts, to make you question on things. The focus is given on extra edge to students' preparation. Okay, doubts related to the topic will be dealt by learned faculty. So during the class, you have a main teacher and there is a co-teacher to help you position your question, to help you take forward your questions towards the teacher via the chat box or hand raise method. So all your doubts regarding the particular concept are clearly handled within that particular time period. Provision of appropriate assessment in each session. So during the session, there are different questions that are posted and students are expected to analyze these questions and give their answers. Also, there are assessments given on a weekly basis, which helps to test the knowledge gained by the students. Simple tricks to solve Olympiad problems will be conferred by experienced faculty. See, science is a dynamic subject. There can be many answers to a particular question. How to arrive at the perfect and the best answer to that question, that is dealt by the faculties through different tricks. So they teach you different tricks and methods through which you can identify the best given option. Why Olympiad preparation needs special training? Questions are not simple and understanding based as in the school exams. Questions are twisted. We want to challenge your curiosity. We want to challenge your learning. And so we offer twisted and little tricky questions so as to test you not only on the matter which is given in the books or in the slides, but actually test your knowledge level. Type and the pattern of questions are quite unfamiliar. The questions which appear in the Olympiad exam, the pattern for those questions is little unfamiliar to you all, as it's different from the school examination. So the Olympiad preparation helps you get familiar with these questions. Some strategies required to attempt the papers and solve questions. Now, as these questions are not just straight and direct questions as in the school exams, children need to have a certain strategy to identify the problems, to look at the problem, identify the data and the hidden facts, and then come out with their solution. Many times students find it difficult to finish the test in stipulated time, so they need to learn time management. The best thing about Olympiad preparation is it motivates the child to perform within the stipulated time period. It teaches them time management, and everyday practice teaches them discipline. Now, what are the different type of questions which come in this National Science Olympiad? The questions are on the Venn diagram, where you need to identify the options given and identify the different circumstances and find out the best option. The questions are sometimes given on the basis of the flow charts, where you need to follow the arrows and arrive at the best answer. Sometimes there are straight questions, and sometimes the questions, most of the times the questions are twisted, where you need to be tricky. You need to recall those tricks which are taught by the teacher during the Olympiad preparation and be quick enough to solve them within the time period. So during the Olympiad preparation, the faculties would introduce you towards different kind of questions that would help you form base for your main Olympiad paper. Let's begin with today's session. We'll be talking about plants and animals. Topic for today's discussion is living and non-living things. And secondly, we will also talk about the parts of the plants, right? Now, living and non-living things. Children, when we see things around us, we see things that can be felt. We see things that move. We see things that breathe, right? So animals and plants as just a smaller classification. Today, we are going to talk about a major classification. Almost all the things around you, they can be classified as living and non-living, okay? Can somebody tell me, can Charu tell me, what are living things? Do you have any idea about living things?
Butterflies.
Butterflies? Is that Charu speaking? Only Charu. I'm asking Charu. Yes, Charu, what are living things?
Butterflies.
And why do we call them living? Why are butterflies living?
Yes.
Why are butterflies living? Why do we call them a living thing? Advik, wait. Arjun, wait.
Living thing क्यों होती है butterflies?
We call them living because they breathe. Yes. Because they reproduce. Yes, Arjun, unmute yourself and tell me. How would you define a non-living thing? Do you have any idea about a non-living thing?
Living things they cannot breathe, do not feel, and do not move.
Absolutely
Do not
correct.
reproduce.
Living things move, but non-living things do not move, right? Yes,
ma'am.
So I have a pen here with me. So it will not move on its own. I'm going to use it. I'm going to make it move, but it will not move on its own. It doesn't feel. If I hurt it, it doesn't feel anything. So this is a non-living thing. Whereas if you take a plant, right? Plants breathe. They take in carbon dioxide. They breathe air. They are living. They drink water. We give them water every day. They drink water. They grow. They reproduce. So plants are living things. So these are certain characteristics or traits which help us to differentiate between living and non-living things. Our living world is full of different types of wonderful things. Good job, Advik. Great answer, Charu. Good job. Now, see, look at the picture over here. Living things and non-living things. Everybody is going to stay on mute. I will call out your names. You need to wait for your turn. Human beings, animals, birds, sea animals, insects.
Ma'am, my name is Arvi.
Okay. Thank you, beta. Just mute yourself. Plants, trees, cactus. These are all living things. And just look at non-living things. The list of non-living things. Pile of clothes, table, socks, the little toy, car, a big car, or a hairbrush. These are all non-living things. So they have different characteristics or traits. And what are these traits? Living things can move. Human beings can move. Animals move from one place to another. They create new homes. Right? See, a dog is moving around. Living things can breathe. What do we breathe? What do living things? What do humans breathe?
Oxygen.
Yes, very good, Arjun. Thank you, Arjun. Arunima, what do animals breathe?
Oxygen.
And what do plants breathe?
Carbon dioxide.
Yes, carbon dioxide. Good job, Aditya. So plants and animals, we both breathe air. We take in air and we also give out air. Living things can grow. Can you imagine this pen? Will it grow into double its length in the by tomorrow? No, it won't. Living things don't grow because they don't breathe. They don't have cells in them which help them to multiply. Non-living things won't multiply. Living things can multiply. Like plants, trees, they grow. They have cells in them which help them to multiply. And living things can feel. If we prick ourselves, we feel, we get hurt, right? But non-living things, they do not feel anything. Now, this girl is touching a plant. Now, there is a plant called Touch Me Not. If you touch the leaves of that plant, what happens? The plant
closes.
Absolutely correct. Good job, Manvir. Good job. Thank you. Please mute yourself. So Manvik just told us about this plant called touch me not. If you touch it with your fingers, it feels scared and it immediately closes and shuts its leaves. So living things can feel. Plants can feel. Human beings can feel.
Ma'am, I have a touch me not plant. I have a touch me not plant.
Good, good. Thank you.
I've also touched. It's very satisfying.
Oh, okay. Thank you for sharing this with us. Now, please, can you mute yourself, Manvik? Thank you. Living things can reproduce. Living things like plants and animals, we reproduce so that we can have babies. We can have next generation of plants and animals coming on this planet. See, there's a young cat which is called a kitten.
With the help of the reproductive system.
Yes, very good, Rehan. Good job. So there's a kitten. Kitten will gradually turn into an adult cat. And this is the life cycle of a hen. From the egg, when the mama gives warm to the egg hatches, the chick will come out, and within a few months, it will grow into an adult egg. So this is known as the life cycle. On the other hand, children, non-living things, they cannot move, they don't breathe, they don't grow, they don't feel, and they don't reproduce. Living things are made up of cells. Non-living things are not made up of cells. Okay, this is another difference. So in our living world, our planet Earth, there are different kinds of living things, and we can classify them into two major categories, that is plants and animals. Okay. What is this plant here? Akshay? Akshay, can you see my screen? What is this plant here? What do you call it?
Sunflower.
It's a sunflower. Absolutely correct. And see, there are different animals like reptiles, mammals, amphibians, aerial creatures. So animals can be classified into different categories, and so can the plants. They can also be categorized into different categories. So let's study about the parts of a plant. The plant's body is made up of different parts that work together to help the plant to live. Akshay, beta, you've raised your hand. You have a doubt?
Ma'am, I want to say that there are different types of plants.
Yes, there are different types of plants.
There's something called carnivorous plants.
Absolutely correct.
Insects come and it just closes and eats it.
Absolutely correct. Good. Good. Thank you, beta. Thank you so much. Now let's talk about the parts of the plant. We human beings have different parts. We have hands, arms, we have limbs, we have our mouth, we have a face. Likewise, plants also have different parts. So, children, please keep your mic muted. Please keep your mic muted. Everybody, mic should be muted. Plants have different body parts which help them to work and to grow. Now look at the picture carefully. The part of the plant which is below the surface of the soil, it's called the root system. We call it the root system. And the part of the plant which is above the surface of the earth is known as the shoot system. Okay, and the shoot system is again classified into different parts. There are stem, there are fruit, there are leaf, there is flower. So the shoot system has different parts again. Okay, yes, Aditri, you've raised your hand. You have a doubt?
No, ma'am, I wanted to say that the stomata, it helps it to breathe. The plant breathes from the stomata.
Absolutely. And what part of the leaf is the stomata located? It's on the top or it's on the bottom of the leaf? Upper side or lower side?
Lower side.
Wait, children, wait, children. You need to be patient. Aditri, good. It's the lower side. Thank you, beta. You may mute yourself. Aditri just shared a fact with us that the stomata, which is on the lower side of the leaves, helps the plant to breathe. So the plant part that grows below the ground is called the root, and the part which grows above the ground is called the shoot. And as we can see, the shoot has stem, branches, leaves, flowers, and fruits. Leaves are green in color. Why are the leaves green in color? Can somebody tell me? Okay. Wait, children. Wait, children. Wait.
Chlorophyll.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, children. You need to mute yourself. I'll call out your names. Chetan, tell me why are the plants green in color? Chetan will unmute and tell me.
Ma'am, the plants are green in color because they have a pigment called chlorophyll.
Absolutely correct. Perfect. Thank you, beta. You may mute yourself. Children, I'll call out your names, okay? Then you are going to unmute. So the green color pigment helps the plant to make its food, whereas flowers and fruits can be of various colors, okay? Children, somebody's mic is on. Please mute yourself. Now, what are roots? Roots fix the plant to the soil and help in absorption of water and minerals. So plants, they take in minerals and nutrients and water from the soil. Okay? And then there are two kinds of roots. So we are going to talk about the different roots. Children, pay close attention here. Taproot and fibrous roots. Some plants have taproots, whereas some plants have fibrous roots. Let's look at the picture carefully and understand. See, I'm showing you a picture of a taproot. Whose mic is on? Children, you need to keep your mics muted. Need to keep your mics muted, better. All of you.
Ma'am, can I say something?
Wait, beta. I will give you a chance. Prisha, Polly, you need to keep your mic. Polly, beta, you need to keep yourself muted. Polly, you need to keep yourself muted, beta. Thank you. Now see, children, look here. What is a taproot? See, if you look carefully, there is one primary root here. There is one main root here. From this main root, there are lateral roots coming. So this primary root is a thick root which is growing from the base of the stem into the soil. And it's called the primary root. And then there are small roots which are growing from this primary root, which are known as the lateral root. Okay, this kind of root is known as the taproot. So plants like balsam, mustard, carrot, they have taproots. Mango is again a taproot. Now they go deep into the ground. They reach the water. They try to reach the water. So it will be very difficult to pluck them from the soil because they try to go deep into the ground. And what are the other root that we are going to talk about? That is the fibrous root. Now, if you look at the fibrous root, it's like a bunch of grass. There is no primary root here. There is no secondary root here. Okay, it's just that there are thin roots growing from the lower end of the stem and they look like a bushy bunch. So this is what fibrous roots are. They are bushy in their appearances and together they are known as fibrous roots. Plants like grass, wheat, and rice, they have fibrous roots. Now, many plants store their food in their roots. We eat the roots of such plants like carrot. Carrot is a modified root which has food, water, and nutrients stored in it. Okay. Now, Siddhant, can you unmute yourself and give me an example of some more modified roots that can be eaten by us or different animals?
Ma'am, I don't know about them.
Okay. No problem, beta. Just look here. Everybody just look here. Look at these vegetables. Now, all of them, they are modified roots. We call them modified roots. Carrot, radish, turnip, and beetroot. They are modified roots. Can you see they are swollen? They are swollen because they have food in them. They have water and they have nutrients in them. So they can be consumed by humans and animals. That's why we call them underground roots, which can be consumed as food. Okay. Carrot, radish, turnip, and beetroot. Ayush beta, can you unmute yourself and tell me what are the examples of underground roots? It's right in front of you, beta.
Carrot, radish, turnip, and beetroot.
Fabulous. Thank you so much, beta. Mute yourself. So we've studied about taproot, which has a primary root and lateral roots, and then fibrous roots, which are bushy in appearance. Okay. And examples of taproots will be carrot, radish, turnip, and beetroot. And what are the examples of The carrot, radish, turnip, and beetroot are example of fibrous roots. And can somebody tell me the example of tap roots? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. I will call out your names. Raise your hand. Let me see. Okay, Rehan, give me the example. Rehan, can you unmute yourself and give me the example of tap roots?
Ma'am, bean, mustard, hibiscus.
Absolutely correct. Mango, they're all examples of tap roots. Okay, thank you, Beta. You may mute yourself. Now we'll be talking about the stem. Stem is the main part of the shoot. It may be green and soft as in herbs, and it can be thin and woody in shrubs. Okay, so shrubs have stem which are green in color and they are soft, very soft to touch and feel. Whereas those of the shrubs, the stem are woody and they are thin. Stem of trees are thick, strong, and woody. They are known as the trunk. So the stem of the trunk. So mango will have a thicker stem and we call it a trunk. Okay. And what is the function of the stem? It holds the plant upright and supports its branches. So how is the plant standing upright? Because of the stem. The stem gives the shape to the plant. It also helps in transporting water and nutrients from the roots. So from the roots, the water and minerals are going up to all the different parts of the plant. And the food which is prepared by the leaves is carried to different parts of the plant. So the food is going down. So the waters and mineral, it takes in waters and mineral and transports it to different parts of the plant and collects the food from the leaves and transports it to different parts. Some plants store their food in stems and we eat the stems of potato, ginger, and sugarcane. These are modified stems. Some plants have modified stem, which means they store food, water, and nutrients in them. An example of this modified stem are potato, ginger, and sugarcane. Got it, everybody? Anybody has a doubt? Anybody has a doubt? Raise your hand. I will call your name.
Onion, garlic, and yam are the
Yam is an example of a root. Onion and garlic, they are example of stem. Yes, correct, Rehan. But yam and sweet potato, they are examples of underground root. Okay?
Ma'am, can I
Yes?
say something?
Who's this?
What about
Wait,
normal
Wait. Who was the first one to ask me a question? What's your name? Yes, Isha, tell me.
Ma'am, I was saying that I wanted to tell you that when I have done this activity in my class, that I had to grow a plant and then I saw a shoot root.
Yes.
Like a small seed and there was a green coating.
Yes.
And then I saw shoot root coming out of it.
So are you talking about sprouting? Are you talking about the sprouting activity?
Yes.
Yes. So when you sprout the seeds, when you sprout the moong dal seeds, after a few days, you will see the root coming out of it, right?
Yes, I saw a small
Yes.
seed that was a root shoot coming out.
Absolutely correct. Good. Thank you, Beta. You may mute yourself. Now we will talk about the leaf.
Potato is a modified stem and a tuber, ma'am.
Yes, wonderful. Wait, children, hold on. Children, everybody mute yourself. Akshay just made an important point here. Potato is a tuber, whereas what is an onion, Akshay? Onion, is it a tuber? Onion is a bulb. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Onion is exactly
Bulb.
like
So why we call it, children, when you go after the class, if you just take a potato in the kitchen and you see it has different eyes on it, right? So a new plant can grow from that eye. We call it a bud. Okay, and that's and it's called a tuber because it is elongated. It is like a tube. It is elongated. It is stretched. Whereas an onion, if you say an onion is a bulb. Okay. Now we talk about leaf. Good point, Akshay. Thank you. Each plant has, children mute yourself. Children mute yourself. I will take up your queries. I'll take up your doubts. Each plant has leaves of its own kind, so large variation in shape and sizes. Some leaves are really large, some leaves are really small. And leaves help the plant to make food. They are also known as the kitchen factories. And what is the process through which the leaves make their food? Let's see who can answer. Who's going to raise their hand? Rehan has got a chance. Somebody would like to answer. What is the process through which green plants make the food? Okay, I can see Arjun. Arjun has got a chance. Manvik. Manvik has got a chance. Somebody else? Okay, Kashika. Kashika. Kashika, unmute yourself. Tell me, Kashika, what is the process through which the leaves make their food?
They make their food with air, water, and sunlight.
Absolutely correct. Good job. And it's called photosynthesis, right? Thank you, Beta. Children, you need to mute yourself. I'll call out your names. Okay, I'll call out your names. Now we're talking about the parts of the leaf. Look carefully, children. The leaf has different parts, and we need to know how they all help the leaf to hold firmly to the stem. This is the stalk. Now this is where the leaf is attached to the stem. And then there is a margin. Margin, somebody's mic is on. Children, please mute yourself. Children, you need to mute yourself.
Aru, please mute yourself.
Now we're talking about the margin. Margin is the outline of the leaf. The outline part of the leaf is known as the margin, whereas the stalk is the part where the leaf is attached to the stem. Now there is a midrib. This center part, children, can you see? The center part is known as the midrib. And then there is a leaf blade. Now leaf blade is the flat green part where the green pigment chlorophyll is stored, which helps the plant to do photosynthesis. So that part is known as the leaf blade. It is also known as lamina. Got it? Where is the chlorophyll stored? The chlorophyll is stored on the lamina or the leaf blade. Okay? Clear, everybody? Anybody has a doubt? If you're all clear, give me a thumbs up. If you're clear so far, give me a thumbs up, children. Give me a thumbs up if you're clear. Good. Good job. Now, there are side veins. From the midrib, there are these side veins coming out. Now, what are the purpose of the side vein? Just to transport food and other nutrients. So the midrib gives the structure. This midrib gives the structure to the leaf, whereas the side veins helps in transporting the water and different nutrients. Right? Clear? Charu Bansal? Beta, you need to mute yourself. The class is getting disturbed. Please mute yourself, Beta. Ask Mama, she will help you. Thank you, Beta. Now we're talking about the stomata. So in the beginning of the session, somebody told us, ma'am, there is more stomata also on the leaf. Yes, and this is what it looks like. On the undersurface, the lower part of the leaves, there are aerating pores. That means they help in exchange of air. It's known as stomata. It helps in exchange of gases. It helps in taking in carbon dioxide and releasing oxygen, right? Cabbage, spinach, and mint are some of the leaves that can be eaten. They are modified leaves. Okay, and cabbage is a modified leaf that can be eaten. Spinach, mint, they're all examples of modified leaves that can be eaten. Now let's look at the different kind of leaves and their shapes. Everybody look carefully. A heart-shaped leaf. This is people. Can you see? Children, pay attention here. It's a heart-shaped leaf. It's called the people. And this is maple. You can see this on the flag of which country? It comes on the flag. Absolutely correct. Good job, children. Good job. Now you may mute yourself. And see, this is the leaf of a banyan tree, right? And the lotus is like a circle, like a dinner plate. Okay, and then there are pine trees which have needle-like leaves. Now, why they have needle-like leaves? They don't have big leaves or dinner leaves or heart-shaped leaves. The leaves are like needles or thin pines. Why? So that the water does not evaporate. The trees do not want much of water evaporating from the leaf surface. So the leaves are modified to needles. Also, when it snows a lot, right? When that on the hilly areas, there's a lot of rainfall. So the needles, they do not stick onto the snow will not stick onto the needles. The snow will just wash down from the leaves. Okay. This is the purpose of the needle leaves. Got it, everybody? Yes? Anybody has a doubt? Give me a thumbs up if you've understood. Give me a thumbs up if you've understood so far. Rehan, Frishi, Polly, Payal, beta, I want to see your faces. Just turn on the camera. Kashika, I want to see your curious faces. Turn on the cameras, everybody. Good. Polly, beta, turn on your camera. Now I'm going to take a question and I'm going to give chance to somebody who hasn't spoken as yet. Okay. Let me answer Saharsh. Saharsh, beta, can you unmute yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
Now I'm going to read a question and you will have to answer it. Refer to the given relationship and select the option that correctly identifies X in it. Okay. So lettuce is a leaf, whereas potato is what? We discussed in the previous slide. Stem. Fabulous. Very good, beta. You may mute yourself. Potato is not a seed. It can be a fruit. It's not a flower. It's a stem. Good job, Saharsh. Now let's take up another question. Prisha, would you like to unmute and answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Study and the given classification chart and identify plants P and Q. So I'm going to ask you, what are these plants P and Q? Are they taproot or are they fibrous root? Now give me the correct answer. You have to give me the correct answer for the plant. When we were discussing taproot, I showed you certain pictures and I gave you certain examples and also of the fibrous root. You have to give me the correct answer. Is P here is a taproot? Is wheat a taproot? Do you think wheat is taproot or is it fibrous root?
I think it's a taproot.
Wheat is a taproot. Okay, I don't think that's correct, beta. Think again. Think again.
Root.
It's a fibrous root. Okay. What about rice? So does wheat match with P? Is wheat the correct option for P? No,
ma'am.
it's not. Rice. Let's talk about rice. Is rice a taproot or fibrous root, beta?
It is a taproot.
It's again a fibrous root, beta. Okay. Okay. Then grass. What about grass?
Fibrous root.
It's again a fibrous root. So carrot is the correct option here because carrot is a taproot and maize is a fibrous root. Okay. Wheat, rice, grass, they're all fibrous roots. Okay. Thank you, beta. You may mute yourself. Now we are discussing the NSO workbook question and Alvin, Manu, beta, can you unmute yourself and take up this question? Leaves help a plant to do what? A, B, C or D? What is the correct answer?
D.
D? Go through the options once again. Go through the options once again. Go through all the options, beta. Prepare food, breathe, stand erect, or both A and B?
A.
A? I think the answer you gave earlier was correct. Yes? See, you don't have to get confused. Prepare his own food, correct. Breathe, correct. Stand erect, incorrect. This is what the stem does. Okay? Be confident whenever you are giving an answer, you give the correct answer. Just be confident when you are giving the answer. Okay? So leaves help the plant to prepare their own food. And Alvin, tell me, what allows the leaves to breathe? What are the pores on the leaves which allow them to breathe? What are they called? It begins with S. I'll give you a hint. It begins with S.
Stomata.
Who? Yes, but was this Alvin?
No, it
No.
wasn't me.
It wasn't Alvin. Okay. Okay, Alvin, it's stomata. The stomata are the pores on the lower side of the leaves which help the leaves to breathe. Okay? Clear, beta? Yes, children?
Yes.
You may mute yourself, beta. Children, have patience. I will call out your names. I'll give chance to everyone. Now, question 5, NSO workbook question. Select the plant among the following in which stem stores food. Now, you have to tell me. I'll give an option to, okay, Kashika. Take this question. Select the plant among the following in which the stem stores food. What is the answer according to you?
Ginger.
Ginger? Yes, because I'm talking about the stem. So ginger is the correct answer. What is a carrot? What kind of a plant will be carrot then? Carrot will be a? Kashika? Yes, absolutely. Will be a root. Absolutely correct. Thank you. Ginger is a stem. Yes, good. Ginger is a stem. Spinach is a leaf. Mango is a fruit. So here the correct answer will be
Teacher, your voice and video is stopped. Ma'am, we can't see you or we cannot see your screen.
Ma'am, you are frozen and we cannot hear you.
Yes, ma'am.
Frozen.
You're stuck.
Ishan, what was that?
No. Ma'am, no.
Let's just wait. Yeah. I think ma'am has a network issue. Yeah.
I think is the class over? That can't be true.
No, it's not over. It will over at 6 o'clock. It's 5:44.
Exit preview video. 1 minute. So no. Look like.
Ma'am, can you hear me? Ma'am? Ma'am, can you hear me? Please allow me to, please, ma'am, allow me to share the screen. There's some.
One second, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. That's it. Children, can you see my slide?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Is my voice audible to you all?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am. Yes,
Okay. Thank you, beta. You may all mute yourself. There was some internet glitch over here. Now we are talking about the flowers. Flowers are the most beautiful part of the plant. They are also very colorful. Some of the flowers, like a sunflower, it tracks the sun. You know, that's why it's called the sunflower. Some flowers have geometrical patterns in them. Some flowers, yes, beta.
Where the sun is, the sunflower always faces where the sun is.
Absolutely correct, Beta. Thank you for sharing this fact. The flowers are of different shapes and colors. They have beautiful geometrical shapes on them. Some of them have a sweet smell because of which they attract bees and butterflies. Flowers grow into fruits, and as the plant matures, children, this is an important point. Flowers grow into fruits, and fruits have seeds in them. So the seeds will give rise to a new plant. Okay. So remember, flowers grow into fruits as the plant matures. Cauliflower, broccoli, etc. They are modified flowers and they are eaten as vegetables, right? So when I say modified flowers, they have food in them. They're modified to store food in them, and they are cauliflower and broccoli. This is rose flower, sunflower, and bougainvillea. Now we'll talk about fruits. As I told you, that fruits have seeds in them. Now some fruits have single seeds, whereas some fruits have many seeds. Ayush beta, can you unmute yourself and tell me what fruit has a single seed? What fruit has a single seed? Ayush? Okay. Okay.
Mango.
Mango, absolutely correct. Was that Ayush? Yes. Okay. Arjun, thank you. And Arjun, can you give me an example of fruit which has many seeds?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you give me an example of fruit which has many seeds?
Papaya.
Absolutely correct.
Kiwi, watermelon.
Absolutely correct, right? Now, what are seeds? Beta, seeds are the hard structures present inside a fruit that contain the baby plant. So when you try to grow the seed, when we give it the right environment, water, oxygen, the seed will germinate. Beta, wait. The seed will germinate, and seeds also have food in them. We also eat seeds. Some of the seeds can be eaten straight away, like pumpkin seeds or melon seeds. They can be eaten directly. Whereas some seeds like kidney beans or chickpeas, we soak them in water overnight and then we cook them. Okay? Yes. Somebody would like to share a fact with me?
Excuse me, ma'am. Flax
Yes.
seed.
Flax seeds.
Ma'am,
Good
banana
option.
has tiny seeds which cannot be seen.
Oh, is that so? Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you, Rehan, for sharing this wonderful fact with me. Okay. So flax seeds, good. That's also another example of seeds. Flax seed has nutrients in them. That is why we consume them. And some of the seed like mango seed or watermelon seeds, they have no nutrients in them. So we do not consume them. And Rehan just told us that banana has tiny invisible seeds. So when the seed gets proper condition, water, air, and soil, it grows into a new plant, a new baby plant. And then when the baby plant matures, it turns into an adult plant. Seeds are of different shapes, sizes, and color. We eat seeds of certain plants like rice, wheat, beans, and pulses. They are edible seeds. They have nutrition stored in them. And some plants, seeds are not edible. They cannot be eaten. They don't have any nutrition stored in them. Got it, beta? Now we'll talk about seed germination. Now,
Ma'am, you're stuck. I'm having an internet issue.
Children, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Now we are going to talk about seed germination. Thank you, beta. Thank you. Now we're going to talk about seed germination, which means the growth of seed into a baby plant. So when a seed gets required conditions, environment, temperature, and soil, it grows into a baby plant. The first thing to grow is the root. Okay, first the root grows and then the shoot appears. It's known as the stem. See, somebody was telling me about the sprouting, right? So this is how it must have happened. First the root appears and then the shoot appears, and gradually the shoot turns into a sapling and then it turns into a adult plant. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes, who's this, beta?
ma'am, first we put the seed soil, then after some day, its root comes, then it also shoots comes. Then
Absolutely.
it turns into baby sapling, and the seeds covering gets peeled off, and then it turns to an adult plant.
Absolutely correct. Good job. So this is how the seed germination happens. We give water. The seed is soaked in the water so that the cover of the seed, beta, wait, beta. Wait. So that the cover of the seed gets removed. When the outer covering of the seed gets removed, then the root and the shoot begin to appear. Okay? Yes, beta, what's your doubt?
Ma'am, some of the trees have aerial roots. So,
Yes.
do the aerial roots also grow first?
Ma'am.
Yes, beta.
Like mangroves.
Yes, mangroves.
Mangroves
They are seen on the marshy areas, right? So
Ma'am,
wait, beta, need to have patience, okay? So the mangroves, first the root will appear and then the stem. But then since they're not able, the roots do not get oxygen. They're not able to get oxygen, so they become aerial roots.
Ma'am, I have heard of that.
Yes, we've all studied that. You must have studied that in your previous classes, okay? Okay, now mute. Everybody on mute. Yes, beta?
I told you that seed has a cover that comes off, and then before that cover comes off, the small root shoot appears from the seed.
Absolutely correct, Prisha. Yes, thank you for sharing this fact with us. Now we're going to take up one practice question. Okay, Prisha, can you unmute yourself? Beta, just unmute yourself and take this question. Refer to the given classification chart and select the option that correctly identifies plant X and plant Y. So we are talking about edible and non-edible seeds. Okay, so identify the edible seeds and non-edible seeds and give me the correct answer for X and Y.
Ma'am,
Select
so
all the options. Go through all the options.
Orange is non-edible.
Non-edible, okay.
And
apple is non-edible, edible.
Edible.
Apple seeds? Do you think when mama cuts apple for you, does she give you seeds?
No.
No, she doesn't give us seeds. What about papaya?
Papaya. Edible.
No, papaya not edible, beta. Papaya seeds also, when we cut papaya at home, we throw away the seeds. It has loads of seeds which we throw. We don't eat them. The correct answer will be mustard. We eat mustard seeds. Mustard seeds are very tiny black colored seeds which are added to food to give a lot of flavor. Okay, and mango seed is not edible. Okay, see, orange is incorrect. It's not edible. Apple is not edible. Papaya is not edible. Cumin, we eat cumin seed. This is edible. Fennel seed also. Sauve, that's also an edible seed. And black pepper, that's again an edible seed. Okay, so
doubt.
yes, beta.
What is cumin and fennel?
Fennel is sauve. We eat sauve. That's fennel, and cumin is jeera. These are all seeds, which they're all spices which mama puts in the food to give a lot of flavor to the food. Okay, so these are seeds which are edible. Okay, so the correct option here is D. Okay, everybody on mute. Now I'm going to ask who hasn't got a chance. Dikshita. Dikshita, beta, unmute yourself. Take this question. Refer the given Venn diagram and identify the plant X. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. X could be coriander, fenugreek, X could be spinach, or it could be both A and P. So, you know how to solve a Venn diagram? There are two rings in the Venn diagram. This is the first ring and this is the second ring. Where the rings overlap, this is the area where they are overlapping, and we need to find the X option. And what according to you could be X? Plant with edible seeds and edible leaves.
It could be spinach.
It could be,
Spinach.
it's not spinach, beta. This is incorrect. Spinach spinach doesn't have edible seeds. We eat the leaves of spinach.
I think it could be
Fenugreek.
fenugreek.
Yes, it's fenugreek. Fenugreek is methi. So we eat fenugreek seeds and we eat the leaves of fenugreek, and so with the coriander leaves and coriander seeds. Okay?
Okay.
Got it, Dikshita? So coriander is a plant which has edible seeds and leaves, and similarly fenugreek is a plant which has edible seeds and leaves. So here the correct
option D.
Correct option is D. Yes, good job everybody. Now let's take up this question. What is the function of part P of an apple fruit? Now Payal beta, can you unmute yourself and take this question?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the function of part P of an apple fruit? Now read the options.
It gives sweet taste to the fruit. It will not be the answer.
It gives in ripening of the fruit, and C, it gives rise to a new apple plant. So what do you think is the function of part P? What is part P here?
C.
It's a seed. Absolutely correct. And what is the function of a seed, beta?
It gives rise to a new apple plant.
Absolutely correct. Good job. Good job.
Thank
The
you.
correct answer is that the seed will give rise to a new apple plant. Okay. Now let's take up another question here. Chetan, beta, unmute yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Now you have to tell me which labeled part is seen only in an adult plant and not in a young plant. So first of all, look at this plant picture carefully and identify the labeled plants. Okay. And then tell me what part is seen only in adult plant and not in a young plant.
Ma'am, Q.
And what is Q?
A flower.
A flower. A flower is only seen in an adult plant. Young plants, they don't bear flowers, right? And what is P over here?
Leaves.
And what is S?
S is the stem.
And R?
Roots.
Root, right. So the correct option will be Q. Children, remember that flowers only seen in adult plant and they cannot be seen in the young plant. Okay. Yes.
Is it okay if we also send the answers in the chat?
Yes, yes. Now I'm going to, now those of you who haven't got a chance to answer your questions, I'm going to ask you, Dikshita, you can use the chat and give me an example of a taproot. Give me an example of taproot. Dikshita? Saharsh, you will give me an example of the fibrous root. No,
Beetroot.
Children, you need to wait for your turn and use the chat box. Okay, I'm going to ask you to use the chat box. Dikshita, what is an example of a taproot? Write carefully. See, all the children I've seen, Aditri has given the practice question answers correct. See, Dikshita has given, Akshay which has given the correct answer for all the previous questions. Akshay has given the correct answer. Akshay, what is this? Rambutan? Rambutan? One seed.
Rambutan has only one seed, ma'am. My dad bought it yesterday only, and I have ate almost half of it.
Oh my God. Okay, okay. And how does the fruit taste?
It tastes a bit sweet and sour.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for sharing this fact with us. Okay, Dikshita, I'm waiting for your answer. Saharsh has written maize has fibrous root. Dakshita, taproot, it's very simple. Look at the picture here.
Ma'am, can I say?
Who's this?
Trisha.
Yes, yes, beta.
Beetroot.
Beetroot will be? I'm asking the taproot, beta.
Oh.
Ma'am, can I say I'm Aditya Badundash?
Yes, yes, beta.
Ma'am, it's carrot.
Carrot, balsam. Dikshita, pay attention here. See, when we discuss the taproots, look, they go deep into the soil. Okay?
Ma'am,
And
turnip.
carrot, mustard, balsam, mango, they're all example of taproots. And what are the examples of fibrous root? Carrot, radish, turnip, beetroot. They're all examples of fibrous root.
Ma'am, for taproot, burdock is also there.
Okay, for taproot, burdock is also there. Mustard is a taproot. Mango is also a taproot, beta. Mango is a taproot. Okay.
Ma'am, but the radish, carrot, and turnip are taproots.
Fibrous roots will be grass, wheat, and rice. Carrot, radish, turnip, beetroot. They're all taproots.
Ma'am, carrot is
Did I say fibrous? They're all taproots. They're all taproots.
Ma'am,
beta.
these are taproots.
Yes, carrot, radish, turnip, balsam, peas, beans, mango, mustard, they're all taproots, whereas fibrous root will be grass, wheat, rice, and maize. They're all fibrous root. Okay?
Google says that yam is a stem and you are saying that yam is a root.
Yes, yam is an underground root. See, on Google, you will see all mixed kind of responses. So we will go by what the book says. Okay? Yam, sweet potato, they're all underground roots. Potatoes, onion, ginger, garlic, they're all underground stems.
Ma'am, book also.
Yes, beta. Manvik is correct. Mustard is a taproot. Kushi is correct. Ginger, Arunima, ginger is an underground stem. Okay. Yes, Saharsh is correct. It's hard to grab a carrot because it goes deep into the water as it is a taproot. Right. Aditri, sugar beet, beetroot, carrot. Arunima, what is your question, beta? Is it a taproot, ma'am? What is your question, beta?
No, ma'am, I was just asking if ginger was a taproot.
Ginger is a stem, beta. Ginger is a stem. Okay, and we need to find out. Why don't you find out and tell me in the next class?
Okay.
Okay, it's a stem, but we'll find out what kind of root it has. So we'll find out in the next class.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, beta.
Ma'am, you will be teaching us in the next class?
Hopefully, beta. Okay, Aditri has a question. Aditri has a question, ma'am. Is it correct?
No, ma'am, what I had put there, it was correct. Is it correct or not?
Yes, yes. So out of taproot and fibrous root, what is most difficult to pull out from the ground? Write to me in the chat box. Dikshita, unmute yourself, beta. Others will write to me in the chat box. Dikshita will tell me from the taproot and fibrous root, what is most difficult to pull out from the ground? Children, I'm waiting for your answers. Write to me in the chat. What is most difficult to pull out from the ground? Tap or fibrous?
Taproot.
Yes, correct, correct. Taproot, beta. Taproot is most difficult to pull out from the ground because if you look at the picture, there is a primary root which goes deep into the ground. It goes very much deep into the ground, reaches the water level, so it's difficult to pull it out from the ground. Okay, whereas the fibrous root doesn't go much deep. Fibrous root doesn't go much deep into the ground, so it's difficult to pull it out. Okay. Anybody has a doubt here? Okay. Anybody wants to ask me or share some facts with me? You're clear with the types of leaves? What kind of a leaf would be there on a tree which is located on the mountain region? Tell me. Write to me in the chat box.
Ma'am, pines.
No, beta, you have to use the chat box. Don't disclose the answer. Write to me in the chat box. Leaf that can be seen in the mountain regions. What is that called? Sahar says pine. Absolutely correct. Payal, Alwin, I'm waiting for your answer.
Ma'am, can I ask you a question also?
Yes, Dikshita, it's pine. Manvik, correct. Yes, Picha, who's this?
Leaf would be a tree which is the most popular in Canada.
Maple.
Yes,
Am I-
ma'am, correct.
Yes, correct. Yes, yes. It's also on their flag. The maple leaf, it's also on their flag. It's like it's hand shaped, right?
Ma'am, they also make maple
Syrup. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. And you know, out of all these leaves that you've seen, what tree can live for more than 100 years? Can you write to me in the chat box and tell me? Write to me in the chat box or raise your hand. I will call your name. Okay, Aditya, unmute yourself. The tree which can live for more than 100 years.
Mama, banyan tree.
Absolutely correct. Yes, Dikshita, Saharsh, absolutely correct. Akshaj. Yes, good job. Okay, now I'm going to ask you, where is the chlorophyll stored on the leaf? We studied the part of the leaf. What part of the leaf has the chlorophyll stored on it? Is it the midvein? Is it the midrib? Midvein is also known as the midrib, side vein, or is it the leaf blade? Write to me in the chat box. Quickly write to me in the chat box. Where is the chlorophyll stored in the plants?
I didn't understand the question, ma'am.
Okay. See, remember we studied the parts of the plant, parts of the leaf.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, we studied the parts of the plant and then we studied the parts of the leaf. Look at the picture carefully. Yes, absolutely. Children, listen carefully, children. This is the leaf blade, which is the flat part of the leaf. Now, when you see a leaf, it's basically green in color because we know it has a green color pigment called chlorophyll. And the leaf is also flattened. The flat part of the leaf, the whole part is known as the leaf blade. And that's where the green color pigment is stored. Okay?
Excuse me, ma'am, I have a doubt.
Yes, beta. What's your name? Tell me what's your name first.
My name is Singh, and if a color and if a leaf's color is green, it means chlorophyll. Then how would a maple leaf will make? Because probably its color is
Orange.
orange.
Yes. Now, some plants have leaves which are also red in color. Have you seen this plant? Croton. Have you heard of a croton? Now, croton.
I never heard of croton, but I've seen, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
I have.
Yes, children.
In my garden.
Absolutely correct. Now listen to me carefully. Now the leaves of the croton plant are red in color because they have red pigment, and underneath the red pigment there is a green pigment hidden. That is why it is able to make its own food through photosynthesis. So it's not that maple doesn't have the green pigment, it has the green pigment.
Without the green pigment, it cannot make the food.
Yes, the green pigment is hidden behind underneath the orange pigment or the red pigment. Got it? Got it, Saharsh? Is that clear?
I got
Yes. Okay. Anybody, any else? Anybody would like to ask me something? Or would you like to share some facts with me?
This taproot is present in all the plants. Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, beta, tell me.
Ma'am, taproot is present in all the plants.
No,
Ma'am,
beta.
Arjun.
Yes. No, beta, listen. Some plants have tap roots, whereas some plants have bushy roots. Now, different categories of the plants can be divided on the basis of the roots they have. So, I will give you an example of carrot, mustard, balsam, peas, beans, mango. They have tap root which goes deep into the soil. Okay. Now, then there are those roots which are bushy, fibrous. Now, those plants which belong to the grass family, they have the fibrous root. Okay, so we have wheat, rice, they have fibrous root. Maize, it also has fibrous root. Okay, grass, if you talk of a grass, it also has a fibrous root. So different plants have different kinds of roots.
Okay, no worries. Ma'am, Aditya Vadandash, I have a doubt.
Yes, beta.
Ma'am, in case of aloe vera, it's a leaf or stem?
In case of aloe vera, yes.
It's a leaf or stem?
See, okay, now you have to tell me. Aloe vera has food stored in it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so we would, yes, it has, we can say it is a stem. Likewise, cactus, what about cactus? Cactus is also a stem. It is thick. Yes, it is thick. It has got food stored in it. It is a swollen stem.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
If it had leaves, it would be water can be missed easily, so that's why there are spines.
Yes, absolutely correct. So it
And
stores
ma'am,
food, water.
Rows of fibrous roots.
Sorry, beta, can you repeat yourself?
Those rows have tap roots of fibrous roots.
Why don't you find out and let us know in the next class?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, you'll find out and you will let the whole class know in the next session. Okay.
Ma'am, tomorrow is the next class.
Beta, you will get a message. You'll get a message on your WhatsApp. Okay. Okay. Can somebody give me an example of underground stem, which is also a tuber? We discussed the tuber and the bulb. So give me an example of
Potato.
Wait, children, not like that. Children, you need to be on mute. Stay muted.
Ma'am, sorry. Hello.
Yes,
Anjana
ma'am. Yeah.
Okay, so I suppose we have to finish this class now. We have a next class.
Okay.
We
Okay.
can end up the class now.
Yes.
And the remaining part you can take it in the next class.
Next class. Yes. Okay, children. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am. Nice meeting you. Bye, ma'am.